Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're here with another tutorial in Liberty County, and today we're going to be looking at the best cars, best robberies, and best guns in the game. So I really hope you do enjoy this video and you do find it informative. If you do, please do consider subscribing, as it would help out the channel a lot. Let's go right into this. Alrighty, so we're here at the Civillian team. I'll be going through all the teams in the video, but for the Civillian team, now, when you start off with the game, you have around 32,000 in-game cash, I do believe, and so we're just going to be going up. And of course, now, you know, the Bugatti is, of course, the fastest car in the game. Okay, it does cost 1.5 million. But yeah, no, it's very fast. So let's just go from the beginning. So when you join the game, you get the Chevrolet Impala. Now this is half a bar basically of horsepower. Now that is very slow. If we go and just spawn this in and drive this around, compared to some of the other cars driving around at the moment, this car is very, very slow, and you can see here how slow the vehicle just accelerates. Like, I'm holding down W and we're still only going 50 miles per hour. That took us about 10 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour there. Anyway, so I would not, you can drive around that car, but if you're looking for a good car to buy with little money, so let's just have a look at some good cars that are relatively cheap. If you want a car that is relatively cheap, I would say you buying something along the lines of some good words of advice is never buy a car under two bars of horsepower basically. So as you can see, it is split up into 5 bars of horsepower over here, and as you can see on this vehicle, this is the Ford F150 Raptor, and this has actually 3.5 bars. So as you can see, this car actually, it accelerates pretty fast. If you have a look at this, it's very good for off-roading. It does have some pretty high suspension, I would say. And this is actually one of the first cars I bought in the game. Now this does cost, I believe, 28 or 29,000. I bought this, and I bought this a very long time ago, so I can't exactly remember how much it is. But you can see here that this is very good at handling, and like, you know, it isn't one of the fastest cars in the game, but for relatively cheap, like you can probably all afford this when you do join the game for about 28,000. This is one of the best cars to buy when, you know, starting the game. You know, look at this, you can pretty much climb up mountains, and there you go, we pretty much flew up there. So this is what I would say a very good car. I do love this. I just love the design of this car. It does look very nice. So yeah, this is probably one of the cars I would recommend you buying. If you do want a good off-roading and pretty fast car, I have to say. Alrighty, so the next car we're going to go on to is the Bronco. Now the Bronco, you would have got this if you attended the 2020 Halloween event. However, like, if you don't have it, it is, I believe, 60,000, so, you know, a bit more expensive, but not too expensive. Now this is a very good car as well. As you can see, it still is 3.25 horsepower, 3.25 horsepower bars, but this is probably my favorite car in the game at the moment here. As you can see here, it has got extremely large suspension, I mean. You know, it can go over pretty much anything. It is extremely good at handling terrain and has some very fast pickup. Like, as you can see here, this is a SUV, and just look at how this thing works. It's honestly a great vehicle, and this does max out at a pretty fast speed, in all honesty. Like, if we were to go up, like, we're still going, and we're at 115 miles per hour, 120, 130. So I think 134 miles per hour is the top limit for this vehicle. Of course, at the moment, I'm not showcasing what, like, the capabilities of this vehicle, but as you can see, it is a very good vehicle. This is the vehicle you see me using in a lot of videos here, and I do have to say, this is one of my favorite vehicles in the game, or probably my favorite. So I definitely recommend you buying this if you're looking to spend some money on some vehicles on the Civillian team. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the next car we have is, we're actually going to be looking down at some more expensive cars. Now, one of the cars I do recommend you buy, as you can see here, these are, like, you know, over 100k, but for relatively cheap, like 105,000, this has pretty much the same horsepower as the GTR, which is, you know, just under double the price, and honestly, in my opinion, the Dodge Charger wide body does look very nice, I have to say. But you can go ahead and spawn this in for 105,000. You have to work up a bit to get this, but honestly, this is another one of my favorite cars in the game here. It has a lovely design. This is one of the most recent cars added to the game here. And yeah, it's a great car, honestly. It's super fast. As you can see here, we're already at 100 miles per hour. And yeah, I would definitely recommend you buying this, and with certain sports cars, if you did not know, you can, if you hold shift on PC, I'm not sure exactly, I think there's a button on tablet, but you can skid around corners, and it has like a really nice skid mark. It's really nice. It's like a handbrake kind of, so that is very nice, and this is probably one of the best cars for the price, honestly. I definitely recommend you buying this. It's 105,000, so you have to work up a bit, but it still is a very lovely car, and I would definitely recommend you buying it. And of course, probably the most or the most loved car, except for the Bugatti, is the Lambo. Now, this thing I believe stands at just under $1 million. It is a very lovely car, I do have to say. The Corvette is similar-ish in speed. However, I would say that the Lambo does look insane. Like, everyone has their different opinions, but in my opinion, the Lambo does look and probably handle the best. However, this is all like my opinion. You can have your own opinions, but probably the Lambo is the second fastest vehicle in the game. So we have the Corvette parked up beside it. They do look very nice, both of them. But in my all honesty, I do love the Corvette. Honestly, because I have that and I use it on different teams, but it's a hard one. If you wanted to choose between them, the Corvette is cheaper. They are relatively similar in speed and handling, but yeah, it's personally up to you, basically. I prefer, in all honesty, and at the end of the day, I do prefer the Corvette. However, we all have our different opinions. We're now going to go over and check out police department. Now, this is pretty simple. Once a lot of these vehicles you unlock, so as you can see here, it says the rank required. So as you can see, it says it here as well. So corporal, sergeant, but some of these you can actually buy. So if you would like a pretty fast car on the police department, I would say either you rank up to get the Dodge Charger Pursuit. It is a very good looking car in a lot of people's opinions, and it is very fast. As you can see, 3.5 bars of horsepower. However, the Ford Interceptor sedan, which I believe is only maybe 20 or 30,000, is pretty much the same speed, but you can actually buy it. Right, so let me just show you how this handles quickly. So as you can see, it isn't the most off-roading vehicle, but it does look very nice, handles very well as well, and you can see here the acceleration for like a kind of a sort of SUV is pretty quick, and I do have to say it is very good. Now, the next best, in my opinion, the next best vehicle, of course, the fastest vehicle is, of course, the Corvette, unless you put a V8 engine on one of the police vans, then we have a different situation. However, if you do want a very good all capabilities vehicle, I'd say either go for the Ford Interceptor Utility or the 2020 Interceptor Utility. Now, you unlock this at Captain, so you do have to grind or rank up quite a lot to get this, but this is honestly my favorite car in the game. You see me use this in pretty much all my videos and when I'm out on patrol. It just looks amazing, honestly, and it does handle very well. It hasn't got as fast of acceleration, but it is very fast. If you do want a fast car in game, go for the Corvette or Mustang. You can buy the Mustang in game on the police department team, but you have to rank up to get the Corvette or just buy it with the Robux. But they are the fastest cars in the game. However, in my opinion, if you don't want to rank up a lot, then the Interceptor 2020 or Interceptor are the best. And these are all the same for a sheriff department as well. For fire department, it's quite hard because there are good vehicles, and surprisingly enough, the heavy rescue and the bigger vehicles are actually faster than the smaller vehicles. So it's pretty funny. The ladder truck seems to be one of the fastest vehicles in the. I'm pretty sure it's actually the fastest vehicle. So that's kind of odd. But on fire department, it's kind of up to you. Depending on the role plays you're doing and how you're going to do it, but just go ahead and all of this stuff. And I think I like using the utility 250. It is relatively slow. However, just go ahead and choose basically. You can rank up. Most of these you have to rank up to, but a few of these you can actually buy. Okay, and it's pretty similar on the DOT department. There is not many vehicles here. I'm not, that's not, I'm not like, saying ERC is bad for that or anything. But as you can see here, it is like, depending on, you can see here the speed of the vehicle. And, again, the flatbed is the quickest, but, it's basically up to you. The flatbed, you can tow vehicles. The signboard, you can have a sign on it, or the snow plow. And then the street sweeper, you can sweep up the streets. But go ahead and choose basically again. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do consider subscribing, as it would help out the channel a lot. Sorry, this video was going to be with the best robberies and also best guns. However, I've split this into another video, so that video should be coming out like later today. So go check that out. I just had to edit them into 2 separate videos, otherwise this video would be half an hour long because it went a bit over. But anyway, I really hope you did enjoy this video. If you do, then make sure. Anyway, I really hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.